Guys, welcome back to the Independent Investor channel. I'm going to do something kind of outside the box a little bit. I'm going to do something special for you guys. I've since recently started an M1 Finance brokerage account. So many of you guys have hit me up really interested in what brokerage account do I go with, and this is a really important question to answer for yourself because a lot of you guys really need to make this decision correctly, and you need to make that correctly as soon as you can because it's going to be a decision that's going to stay with you the rest of your life. M1 Finance offers a lot of different features on their platform. Free trading. They offer the self-directed Roth IRA account. So it's a really good platform. And up until recently, I was not familiar with what functionality within the platform offered. And over the last couple weeks, I've actually started the account. I've funded the account with about $10,000. What I intend on doing in this video is actually taking you guys into the brokerage account, showing you how I've utilized the Pi function within M1, and kind of looking and exploring some of the functions for you guys. And hopefully by the end of this video, you guys have a better idea of what the M1 platform offers to investors in way of brokerage accounts and more specifically retirement accounts. So right now I'm going to kick you over into my platform. I hope you guys enjoy. So we are in my M1 account here. I want to welcome everybody who has tuned into this. I get hit with this question all the time, you know, which brokerage house should I choose? What type of account should I start? I'm already logged into my account here, and you guys can kind of see here on the portfolio main screen. I got hit with the question last night on the live feed, what account can I open? And this is an example of the brokerage account. The retirement account is going to be set up the exact same way. But when you go in here to actually start your account, you're going to be able to designate it a retirement account, a Roth IRA, or a brokerage account. I obviously already have an employee-sponsored retirement account and the Roth IRA and a brokerage account. This is actually a second brokerage account that I've opened for the sheer purpose of investing in a little bit more aggressive stock that I'm more interested in holding in a suite or an aggressive portfolio, and these are just some of those names that I've got here. So as you can see, the aesthetics of the page are laid out. They're fairly simple, and I want to kind of bring your attention. This is what they refer to as your Pi, basically, and I've been lucky enough to actually show you guys that this is in the process of rebalancing, okay, because I've actually added this position PayPal at the end of last week. And you can kind of see here over to the right-hand column two percentages. The one on the bottom is the percentage that I've set in the portfolio, and then the percentage above that is the actual dollars held. And so through the structure of rebalancing this portfolio, you can kind of see here in this pie, this dotted line is actually that the set percentage that I've set within the account. And when the pie actually gets outside of that, it just means that the percentage is a little bit over in that particular portfolio. But this is what I've got right now. I've started this with $10,000. This is kind of my aggressive piece to my portfolio, and this is funded directly from YouTube earnings. Again, I don't realize any of the profit from YouTube to put food on the table. I'm looking to generate revenue from YouTube as kind of a money machine and then filter it into this brokerage account, and it serves the purpose. But for a lot of you guys out there that are looking for a primary broker, I thought that this would be a nice exploratory example to kind of take you through, show you some of the aesthetics of the platform, and kind of walk you through what some of the benefits are. So if we kind of click over here to the funding tab, you can kind of see here I've got this set up here to fund every week. Dollar cost average, I'm only putting $25 a week in here, $100 a month, but don't underestimate the power of those benefits within the M1 platform. Obviously, you go with any financial planner, they're going to charge you for that feature, which is really in its most simple sense, a setting that they will set up one time and then charge you indefinitely for. So obviously the M1 option allows you to go in there and spend the 6 seconds of setting that function And obviously you're not going to charge yourself for that one piece of service that the industry has actually defined as one of the many ways that they can milk you over time. So the M1 Finance, this is very simple. It gives you the option to auto invest all your cash. This is kind of in the funding piece here. So if you wanted to dollar cost average it, this is where you would do that. And then you could set this up for a schedule. And this is kind of my schedule here. I've got it to pull $25 every Tuesday, and it's very easy. You're going to have to get used to the platform, just like any other platform that you have here. I do want to kick over to this research tab, which I found was really interesting in that they've got this tab with expert pies. So if we click in here and we kind of go down, they've got general investing here. And if we kick in here, and we look at this, and I talk about risk tolerance all the time, and this is really just kind of a figure to award to yourself, or if you're investing with a spouse, you know, what type of investor you are, whether you're or not you're on the conservative side of the house or you're a little bit more aggressive. But if we pop into this aggressive portfolio, you can see here that they've done a lot of the work for you. And if you scroll down, these are the multiple Vanguard funds here. So that question came up, can you put these Vanguard products inside of this? And this is their model portfolio that they've already built for you. You can see a lot of what we've talked about. Here's emerging markets, of course, VOO, your S&P 500 exposure, your small cap exposure, your mid cap exposure. So a lot of you guys are going to recognize a lot of these names here, and I'm absolutely an advocate here for following these guidelines, because these are going to avoid overlap. Owning multiple ETF funds here within this M1 account, which I think is a really, really nice feature for anybody who is looking to take a 100% passive approach. And we talk all the time about using M1 to your benefit. I mean, everybody's going to be different in what their financial goals are. But M1 can really be a great strategy. Now, you can start a retirement account and a brokerage account both with M1, and you could do it that way. But just to kind of kick you back here to the portfolio, and if I click edit, you see here this is going to rebalance come Tuesday when the market reopens. I am up a little bit. The fund has only been, the portfolio has only been started here for about a week, and it's been max funded here for a couple days. So you guys are kind of seeing, you know, what the starting values are. I told you I was going to disclose what it was that I actually had in the portfolio. But you can kind of see when I hover over this, it actually brings the Amazon holdings up. And as I click through here, you can see here where Apple's highlighted, and then around the horn here, Salesforce, NVIDIA, and so on. And then it gives you kind of the reference to where you are with your recommended percentages. You can set this to be a balanced portfolio in that each of the holdings have the exact same percentage. You can kind of see here where I've actually asked this portfolio to perform with 16% weighted toward Amazon, 11% toward Apple, 12% toward Salesforce. So you can kind of see how you can build this portfolio to get it to perform how it is you choose that you want it to perform in the portfolio. It's actually very interesting. I'm actually familiarizing myself with the many functions within the portfolio. If I hit the edit tab here, I can go up here and hit the add button, and that's actually how you can pick from each of the sectors. Obviously what's coming up here is probably the total market, 4,270 offerings here, probably in order of market cap. It looks like it's ordered here, of course, by market cap, but gives you your PE ratio, and gives you, some of the research. I'm not quite as good as some of the other brokerage houses, but at the same time, you're not getting some of the benefits within the M1 account that I'm not getting in my other brokerage house. For example, being able to enter into, partial shares of a company like Amazon is a big benefit, and that if I don't have $1,800 to spend on Amazon, I can build that position over time, and eventually I'll be at that one whole share of holding and more as I build that position up in the portfolio. So Really a cool platform. There's all kinds of really cool stuff in here that is available. I think M1 has done a very, very good job of making it very simple. See here, you can actually add your exposure. This is where you add that recommended percentage that I was talking about. You can name your portfolio whatever you want. You guys can see here I've named it Independent Investor Channel. This is my aggressive portion of the portfolio, and I'm actually looking to take a long position on each of these names within this portfolio with an idea that I can accelerate my dollars instead of being static, that I can accelerate those earnings coming over from YouTube. So that is my plan. My plan doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for everyone. Click the home button, it gets you right back here to the home screen. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this introduction. This portfolio is not going anywhere. We are going to use this to track it going forward. If it goes down, we will track that downturn as it increases in value and as the dollar cost averaging feature is exploited within M1. Again, I mentioned that that is free of charge, as well as entering into all of these 10 stocks were free of charge. This would have cost $350 with a major brokerage house at $50 a trade just to enter these positions. And M1 allows you that functionality free of charge. I do have a lot of my community who's taking advantage of the M1 platform, and rightly so. I think that the three big benefits are the free entry fees, the ease of use, the partial share opportunity is a good one, and it's a rare one. Not all brokerage houses offer that. And finally, the ability to dollar cost average. And you guys really need to keep in mind, you know, all of those functions. You know, the financial planning industry does not want to openly admit this, but that is something that they've attached fees to historically. And historically, unknowing investors have paid those fees, thinking that that's just the way that it's always been. And M1 has kind of came along and changed that game for you, so you can really tailor this M1 platform to your own individual liking. And I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to kick you back over for the closing in the Independent Investor Channel. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this inside look at the Independent Investor Channel's aggressive portfolio on M1. Thank you so much. I'll kick you back over to YouTube. So guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this exploration of my M1 brokerage account. I've built this to be my aggressive portion of my portfolio, so I really hope you enjoyed a little bit of insight on how I look to utilize the M1 platform for me. Please keep in mind that the way I utilize M1 may not be appropriate for you, but for you guys who are looking for a solid retirement account option that offers free trade, just like Robinhood, unlike Robinhood, M1 offers the retirement accounts, and more importantly, the self-directed retirement account option for you guys. Guys, if it's your first time tuning into the channel, I highly encourage you to subscribe to the message. Guys, share it out there with anybody that you know looking to get started in the stock market and is looking for some rock-solid information to get them started on the right foot. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and good luck in your investment future.